Hi, my name is Sylvia Tanguma, and this is my inferential statistics presentation. My research title is Task Switching and Musicianship, the correlation between them. My research question is, how does being a musician in high school affect the development of a person's ability to task switch? My hypothesis is that musicians have a better ability to task switch due to the different tasks needing to be done simultaneously while performing. My null hypothesis is that there is no difference in the ability to task switch between musicians and non-musicians. What a null hypothesis is that it's a type of hypothesis that states that there's no significant difference between the specified population. So in my case, the specified populations would be musicians and non-musicians. The type of inferential statistic that I will be using is hypothesis testing. So hypothesis testing is an assumption about a population parameter. A parameter is a measurable characteristic of a population. So this could be the mean of the population or maybe the standard deviation of the population. And this assumption may or may not be true, which goes back to my original hypothesis, how this is a feasible hypothesis for this type of inferential statistic, because I have the ability to test my hypothesis to see if it is true. And continuing back here, hypothesis testing refers to the form of procedures used by statisticians to accept or reject statistical hypothesis, which is what I explained with my hypothesis just right before this. And how this applies to my research. So basically, you need to understand what it is. So the best way to determine whether a statistical hypothesis is true would be to examine the entire population. But this is hard, as it states here, it's often impractical. That's why researchers typically examine a random sample from the population. So my random sample from the population would be 50 total, that's my total sample size, but it'd be 25 random ninth graders and 25 random 10th graders. And so what I will be doing to collect the data used for this inference of my hypothesis is a test and a survey. Like I said in the video on Wednesday, my test is 2 subjects, math and English, and I will be monitoring students during the test, and then I will ask them questions after the test. And my survey just allows me to get background information to support my findings during the test. And my findings during the test will allow me to look at them on this graph here. I'm trying to zoom in to make it easy. Technical difficulties. Oh my goodness. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that. So basically, if it's on the left side of the threshold, it means that my null hypothesis is correct, which states that there was no difference between musicians and non-musicians. And on the right side, it would be that my alternative hypothesis or my original hypothesis is correct, which is that there is a difference between the ability to task switch. And based off of this graph here and the thresholds, I will be able to either reject or accept my hypothesis. Thank you.